Hello there. The topic for today, how to network with confidence. The reason why I'm doing this particular video is because most people, are pretty darn uncomfortable when it comes to attending networking events. If the crowd bigger than one freaks you out, then you understand what I'm talking about, okay? The idea of walking into a room that you don't know anybody, right, can scare the pants off you. And that's a very natural thing to do. It's not normal, right? And especially if you know they don't really care about you. And if you don't know them when you're lacking a bit of confidence, the idea of going to a networking event is pretty damn horrible. There's no doubt about that, okay? For example, I've seen people actually get to the door of a networking event, okay, and even open the door and look in and turn around and go home because they just couldn't handle it, okay? Now, they are very normal. They are not exceptional because networking is not an easy thing. Is it a skill? Yes, it is. But it's not easy for some people. And I thought today I'd share some ideas with you that might help you. For example, do you feel awkward and awful about networking? Think about that. Do you think it never works for you? Do you think you never you never meet the right people when you go to these darn events? Do you simply end up just getting drunk at the bar because you're just really not sure what to say to people and you end up with a wasted night? Or maybe you end up with a bunch of business cards, but you don't know who's what and it doesn't mean too much to you anyway, right? In other words, it's just been a bloody uncomfortable experience, okay? And if that's the case, then no wonder networking events don't turn you on, all right? I'm going to share some ideas today which I think will help you, okay? Because networking is important to you, even though you might hate the idea of it. What I'm about to share with you, you may even find you actually start to enjoy them and in fact love these things if you follow what I'm going to share with you. And I hope it helps you. My name is Beckenham, the village marketer, and as always, talking to you from my little Thai village way up here near the Cambodian border. And yes, networking is something that I struggle with as well. And I would be verging on an extrovert more than an introvert, okay? But I still have my areas of shyness. I still do, right? And I remember having a really big struggle with networking events when I first started going. I really was uncomfortable with the whole deal. And I especially didn't like the fact that people ignored me because I wasn't some big deal at the time. I was just an up-and-comer. So the first way, if you're lacking in confidence with networking, have a goal. Sit down and think, have a goal. What do you want to achieve when you go there? Just don't go in cold, right? What do you want to achieve? For example, maybe you want to just achieve 3 or 4 or maybe 5 if you push yourself, meaningful connections. That's it. Set yourself a goal. If you don't have a goal, then you're really going in blank, right? And that's a way to set yourself up for disaster. The second thing is this. This sounds pretty stupid, but it works. Take 5 minutes at the end and at the beginning. When you get to the event, sit in your car. Just sit in your car for 5 minutes and compose yourself. And remind yourself of what your goal is. Your goal is to get 3 or 4 or 5 meaningful connections, okay? And you're going to do some things I'm going to share with you right now in this video, okay? But compose yourself in the car. Have a big breath, okay? It's not easy, but this is something you can do. And if you follow what I'm going to share with you, it'll make it easier for you. Secondly, when you finish the event, get back in your car and before you storm off home, stop, have another big breath, and then jot down some things that you just got from that event before you forget. Okay? Don't wait till you get home to do it. While it's fresh in your mind, just jot them down. All right? So that's the second one. Take 5 minutes before and after. The third thing is get warmed up. When you go in there, before you start networking, so to speak, with people, right? Talk to anybody. Talk to the doorman. Talk to the barman. Talk to the lady who's waiting at the table. Just say hello. How are you? Okay. This is not networking. This is not prospecting. This is just saying hello. This is just getting you in the feel of things, right? But try it before you start talking to anyone seriously about some networking opportunity. Simply say hello to someone. All right. Thirdly, it works. Try it. Next one. Don't wait for others to start the conversation. You be the first. You break the ice. I know you may be an introvert, you may be shy and all those things, but I'm going to give you some words you can use right now, okay? Write them down, put them in your pocket, take them with you, whatever it is, okay? But be the first to start the conversation, because if you're the first to start the conversation, then you can control a little bit more and it'll give you confidence, all right? So here's some easy conversation starters. First of all, what you don't do. What you don't say is simply this. What do you do? Don't ever say that question, right? Please don't do that. Instead, simply say something like, I'll pick someone, Penny Cleek. Hello there, my name's Penny Cleek. Tell me what brings you to this event. Okay, that's one. Another one is, how was your week? Another one is, what are you looking for? Or who are you looking to meet at this event? Another one, have you been to an event like this before? Another one, what are you hoping to achieve at this one? These are simple questions you can ask, right? And wait for a response, okay? So you break the ice, okay? And you ask some simple questions to get them started. Next one, never be negative. In order to build a conversation, because the idea is to build a relationship with people. That's all you're doing. That's all networking is, right? Don't be pushy. Don't be pushy at all. You're just building a relationship. Don't be a pain in the butt. But do not rely on negatives to build conversation. For example, like, oh, this is a bummer of an event, isn't it? Oh, this wine tastes bloody awful, right? Don't do that. Focus on positives, not negatives. People don't like to associate with people who are negative. They're insecure people and it makes them feel uncomfortable. So even if you are uncomfortable inside, don't let people see that you're uncomfortable. Which brings me to the next bit. Because this is maybe going to contradict what I just said, but think how I say it to you. Make it easy for people to relax with you. If you are shy, if you are an introvert, if you are feeling really uncomfortable there, why not be totally transparent and say to people, hello, hello, my name is Issen. I'm delighted to meet you, okay? But to be quite honest with you, I'm a bit shy with these events here. Do you come to these sort of events very often? Just say something like that. And by doing that, you've opened them up. You've shown them that you're shy, but you've still kept your posture and you've got an engagement with them, all right? So it's not that difficult to be transparent and totally honest at the same time in a networking event. And people will respect you for that, okay? And they will help you and they'll reach out and encourage you and then you'll feel pretty good about it, okay? Next one, be aware of your body language. Be careful, don't cross your arms at any time during the event. Don't do that, okay? Because that's defensive, right? Another one, keep a smile on your face. Don't be like this, but keep a smile on your face as much as you can and hold very good eye contact. There's nothing worse than you talking with somebody. Think about this. You're talking with them and they're not looking at you, they're looking over your shoulder, they're looking around, looking for someone else they could talk to, and they're having a conversation with you like this while they're looking over here, right? How does that make you feel? Bloody awful, right? Awful, because they're not at all giving you any attention. And any answers they give you are pretty cursory and they don't mean anything, right? So don't do that. Don't be looking around. Focus your attention on the one person at a time. Networking is building a relationship one person at a time. And do it one person at a time, giving them good eye contact. Next, know how to introduce yourself. This is your elevator pitch, but try and break it down so you don't bore people to death. Break it down so you can tell them what you do, because sooner or later they're going to ask you, what do you do? Or what's you're on about, whatever it is, okay? Try and tell them in 2 or 3 sentences maximum, with the focus on how you help other people, not on what you're all about, okay? Next one, another way to get more confidence in these networking events, even if you're the shyest person in the room, is give first always. Always give first. Be the person who offers help to people. Be the person, maybe you can say to someone, perhaps I can help you with that. Or maybe I have someone, that I met a few days ago. I could help you with that. Yeah? Would you like me to introduce you to them? All right? Whatever it is, help. Give first. People love that. People will connect more with you when you're a giver rather than people who are focused on just the needs they want to get out of it, right? Which brings me to the next one. This is probably the most powerful tip, not the final one, but the most powerful tip I can give you in networking. Offer to connect people to others at the event, right? Now, it doesn't matter whether you're the shyest, newest person in the room. If you met somebody in the event, okay, and then you've moved on to somebody else, but that person impressed you, then you could simply say, I'll pick an example here, Lynette, I think you should meet with Penny Kennedy. I just met Penny a few moments ago, and you and Penny have very similar interests in common. I think you would really do well to get to meet each other. Come with me and I'll introduce you now. You take Isan to meet Penny Kennedy, all right? By doing that, you have become memorable to both Penny Kennedy and to Isan because you helped them both. Plus the fact it's also a great way for you to move on with your conversation rather than monopolize somebody all the time. And I can tell you, if you did this, if you were connecting people like that, I can tell you, you will stand out in this event. People will love you for who you are. Thank you for all the hearts and likes. People will love you for the fact you are truly doing the right thing. You are helping other people. You will become really memorable. And by the way, as an aside, it's also a great way for you to move somebody on who you feel you can't connect with, okay? You don't feel the right fit for them. But you can perhaps, I don't mean put a burden on somebody else, but maybe someone else you've met could handle them better or be more interested than you, okay? So in other words, connect people with each other at the event is a huge tip. Very few people do this. If you do this, you will be memorable. There's no doubt about that. Next one, always be curious about a mutual benefit. When you are meeting somebody, don't think about what's in it for me, right? Think about what's in it for both of you and let your questions show that. What's in it for both of you? Okay, when you do that, because you can think, how can we work together? That'd be interesting, huh? I'll give you another example here. Take Josh, all right? Josh, let's talk a bit more about that. I mean, we haven't got much time in an event like this, but I'd like to explore how we can actually do some of these things together, okay? So let's set up a time to do this, okay? And that's part of your introduction to the follow-up, all right? Next one, don't talk too much. And also, don't ask too many questions. Don't keep asking question after question after question after question. Don't do that. Remember, it's a networking event, not just for you, but for everybody else, which brings me to the next point. Do not stay in one place too long. You need to move on. You've got to simply say to them, look, it's been fantastic meeting you. Thank you very much indeed. And I will definitely get back to you at the time and date that you agreed to, all right? But let's move on now because I know you have other people you'd like to meet, all right? Or as my mother used to say, excuse me, just digressing a fraction, when people were in our house, she'd say to my father, come on dear, let's go to bed. I think these people want to go home, okay? That's what she'd say when she want to get rid of them. Anyway, that's by the by. All right, next one. I've told you about eye contact. Make sure you keep that. If you're not sure about yourself and your confidence, take along a buddy, take along a network, take along a friend, okay? Why not do that? Take a friend with you and both go. Whatever you do, however, don't just stick with your friend all night and not mix. The idea is for you to mix with people. The friend is to help you with your confidence, and they're there and you can fall back on them every now and again, all right? And finally, have some fun. Even if you're shy, I can tell you, once you start doing the things I've just shared with you, people will respond to you, people will resonate with you, people will like you, and people will want to give you their card, they will want to follow up with you. So you'll start to enjoy it and you'll think, wow, I think I'm doing pretty good. And remember your goal. If your goal was to get 3, 4 or 5 potential connections and you've got your 3, 4 or 5, you can walk out of there feeling pretty darn good with yourself, right? Because you've helped people, you've been transparent with people, you've got the connections that you wanted, and for a networking event that usually scares the pants off you, it wasn't all that bad. And I can tell you, the more you practice this, the better you will be, all right? So I hope that helps you. Call to action before you go, and thank you very much for sharing your time with me. Call to action, I've got a Facebook group called Your Next Level. If you'd like to join with me and look at how you can to build up yourself and your business to the next level. It's on Facebook, Your Next Level. Check it out. Okay, check it out there. Answer the 3 simple questions to become part of the community. Another thing you might be interested in is a new PDF I've just put together. If you're interested, send me a personal message. Okay, send me a personal message. And the PDF's called How to Connect with Confidence. How to Connect with Confidence. If that's of interest to you in any way, let me know with a personal message. Thank you once again for sharing your time with me. I always appreciate it. I know everyone's busy. I hope you found some benefit with that. All the best, and God willing, without too many monsoon storms, I'll talk to you again tomorrow. Bye for now.